Okay, guys, so I'm driving to work and I'm just thinking, story time. Okay, when did I receive the gift of the Holy Spirit? I remember a dear friend of mine, if you're watching, hey, Yolanda took me to her church. I had to be probably, seventh grade? And I remember the minister, the preacher, asking if all of those wanted to come to the altar that wanted to be filled with the Holy Spirit. And, we don't even see that these days, people calling you to the altar and laying hands on you and all of those things. But I remember being excited. I'm like, yeah, I want to go. I want to be filled with the Holy Spirit, speaking tongues. And so I went up and he laid hands on me, and I remember it being a faith thing. He said, just speak, open your mouth and just be filled with the Holy Spirit and just speak. And I began to speak, and the words began to come to me, and my mouth was just filled with a new tongue, and I just spoke it in faith. And that's what we have to do. We just have to open our mouth and speak it in faith. I was 12 years old at the time, maybe 12 or 13, I really can't remember. But that experience has never left me. And even though I went on, I don't think that I ever probably even spoke tongues on a regular basis, but there was something that was deposited within me, and it never left my life. And I think this is just so important, you all, that God knows the calling and the purposes in on our life, and he puts people on our path. He put a faith-filled young woman named Yolanda Lewis in my path, and I'm forever grateful for her. And he sets the mark in our lives. He knows who we are before we even know who we are in the kingdom, and I'm so grateful for our friendship. And so I just wanted to say that, because that was one of the beginnings. She really led me to a spirit-filled understanding and knowing about speaking in tongues. Before her, I had never heard of it. I had never known of it. But yeah, I thank God for you. So I just wanted to tell you my story, my personal experience. And I wasn't weirded out about it. I thought it was exciting. I always had a capacity for spiritual things, even at a young age. There was a grappling for my soul. And I say that, I know all of us, there's a war for our soul, but at an early age, I began to experience spiritual things. I mean, I knew the spiritual world was real. So I think that's too why I was so excited and maybe so, what would you call it, ready to receive the gift of speaking in tongues, because I understood that there was a spiritual kingdom, light and dark. I knew very well, and I wanted to be a part of the light. So yeah, I thought I would just share my story. I don't ever really share personal testimonies, but I thought, wow, let me come on and just share my story, since we're talking about speaking in tongues and being filled with the Holy Spirit. So yeah, all right, I pray y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye.